When I turn 25, I will be rich. In this video, we're going to be talking about adulting. Adulting 101. The lies you've been sold, the expectations versus the realities. And as an adult who has adulted for a couple of years, I'm going to be sharing some tips I've learned along the line, even though I'm still kind of on that journey. Hopefully it helps, and hopefully you want to indulge me in talking about adulthood and how much of a scam it is. So if you're interested in this conversation, you want to stick around and watch this video. Hello and welcome to another episode of Chit Chat with Antwiwaa. My name is Antwiwaa if you are new here, and if you're returning, what's up my G? Welcome back to another Chit Chat video. In today's Chit Chat video, we are talking adulting, and like I say in every other Chit Chat video, pay attention to what I'm saying as opposed to what is going on with my face, because I don't want these videos to be boring and just have me sitting down. I'm going to be doing my makeup during the course of the video, but this is not a makeup tutorial. I just had to put this out there. This is a chit chat video, so hopefully you enjoy the conversation. If you have a comment or you want to leave your 2 cents on the topic, you want to leave it in the comment section. It's open. Leave all your comments there and I will be sure to leave a response. But yeah, welcome to the video. I hope you enjoy it. Also, I'm going to be sipping on this, which is vitamin C dissolved in water. Not because I like sipping on vitamin C, but I woke up with a sore throat, and with all these different variants in the air, I just want to be safe. So yeah, I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're social distancing and you're wearing your nose mask and you're doing everything to stay healthy, because I need you alive. I need you here to watch these videos. Okay, let's get into the video. When I turn 25, I will be rich. I'll be married, I'll have a kid, maybe a second one on the way. I'll be living lavish, traveling the world, blah, blah, blah. Tell me you didn't have one of those things. For some of us, it's when I am an adult, I'll have my own money, I can do my own stuff, I can buy whatever I want. Where's the money? Where's the car, the house, the perfect job? Or is it just me? I remember like growing up, I had all these dreams, especially in university. So it's like you have your whole life set out. Every single thing was supposed to go as planned until you complete university and you realize that they have lied to us. That is not what is actually happening in the real world. When you're in university, it's like a whole different world. You are secluded from the actual world. People say when you go to university, you have a taste of the real world. Lies. First of all, university, for the most part, you're receiving money from your parents or your siblings or a guardian, right? Second of all, you're pretty much spending all your time in lectures or studying or having fun. You're not really actively working to earn money, like for the majority. Of course, some people work in university. Perfect. Until you are done with uni and you enter the real world. The adulthood jobs just hit you one after the other. First of all, getting a job is not automatic. So that's like the first reality check. And looking at the way the world is going on, if it is not the grace of God, that's another problem. And so it's like we have spent so many years in school, right? Believing that, well, once I get good grades and I'm able to complete university with, say, a first class, a second class, getting a job after university will be very easy. So I get my job, I would gradually climb the corporate ladder, and eventually I'll get to the top where I'm making a ton of money and I can afford to live the life that I actually want to live. Where is that ladder? Because I am not seeing this ladder. That's like the very first thing. Second thing is you realize that even when you finally get the job you want to get, the money just flies away. It's always like every money you earn grows a couple of wings or feet and just takes off. Just like that, gone. Because I don't know how you can make a certain amount of money and it's almost like the money is not enough for you, right? Is it just me? Even though you're earning money, it's almost like, okay, where's all the money going? Money aside, time. Where does the time go? Like, how is it already July 2021? What? It's like you wake up a few minutes ago and it's already midday, and then it's 8 o'clock in the evening, and before you realize it's the weekend. You put your head on a pillow for 2 seconds, the weekend is over, gone. Where is the time going to? Where's the time running to? It's like somebody sitting up there and just spinning the clock like that. Or are these things just happening to me? Time aside, let's talk about all the things we said we're going to acquire or do. I said I was going to travel the world. That didn't happen. Did it happen for you? How many countries have you been to? Have you toured the world? Have you toured the country you're in? First of all, I'm not making mockery of anybody. If anything at all, I am literally in the situation myself. No exclusion. But why did the adults in our life make everything look so easy? Like, tell me why I just have to request for something in my parents would make it happen for the most part. Why didn't they just tell us from the beginning that it was going to be like this? That it wasn't just, a smooth path. I feel betrayed. I feel like they have lied to us. So every day I wake up with the expectation that, it gets easier. It doesn't. I mean, you learn to fake it as you go along. Yes, I think for the most part, we are all just faking it. We don't all have it figured out. If you think you have it figured out, let me know in the comment section if you have adulthood figured out, and drop your tips in the comment section, because we all want to have it figured out. For the most part, I think that is what the adults before us did. And once you get there, you realize that, Charlie, nowhere cool. But then again, I'm not going to also sit here and say that there are, some things that I have not achieved, or there's some things that I said I was going to do that I haven't done. There's people watching this video that have gotten the things that they said they're going to get at the age that they said they're going to get it. An apartment, a house, a wife, a husband, children, all of that. But I'm saying that even in getting all those things, there are still things that even to those people, or even to myself, there are still things that we said we were going to do that we still haven't done. All in all, is the shock for me. It's how what you expect is vastly different from the reality. Like, it's just how shocking the contrast is for me. There are days that's like really tough and like too many things going on. I'm like, I don't want to be an adult anymore. And there are actually days that I've gone ahead to say that, why was I brought onto this earth without my permission? I mean, that's a bit extreme, but if you've had one of those crazy days, you probably have asked yourself the same thing, right? And I'm just going to be honest and say that we're having all these things, all these shocks, and all these expectations, reality, whatever, because of the pressure we've put on ourselves. Like, thinking about it, there's no book anywhere that says that you should have a house at 25. There's no manual anywhere that says that you should have a car at 22 or be married with a kid at 25. Thinking about it, nobody really sold us those dreams, right? We just dreamt up these things in our head. Perfect time in my life, that's exactly what I want. And just that alone puts a lot of pressure on us. All the pressure is coming from us. It's not coming from the adults before us. It's not coming from our peers, because your peer didn't say, okay, so you should be married at a certain age, or you should have this number of kids at a certain age, or you should be the CEO of this company at a certain age. All of that is something that you plotted and planned to do in your head. So now the timelines are catching up with you and me, because I have those plans too. So they're catching up and we feel like we're losing it. So it's like, okay, so adulting is a scam. Is it really a scam, or are you scamming yourself? So once you take that pressure off yourself and you just allow yourself to live and have a good time and take it one day at a time, you realize that maybe it's not really a scam. Maybe all the pressure, all the societal pressure was really from you. I mean, there's some things that are, of course, societal pressures, like people randomly asking you, when will you marry? If anybody asks me that, if you ask me that question, I'll just people asking you if you have a job now, or stuff like that. Of course, those are societal pressures, but aside those pressures, they're pressures that we impose on ourselves with no external force whatsoever. They're just things that we think we should have at a certain age, and once we don't have them, we have that pressure on our heads, and it just makes us feel like we are failing at certain aspects of our life. So from an adult who has adulted for a couple of years, first thing that I would like to say is, nobody has it figured out. Don't let them lie to you. Nobody has it figured out. Everybody is trying, failing, trying again. Maybe one or two people. I mean, I'm not going to say that in the entire universe there's no 23 or 24-year-old or 25-year-old person that has kind of figured out their life. I'm not going to say that someone like that doesn't exist. Of course, there probably is that one person or those two people that have it figured out. But for the most part, none of us know what we are doing. We don't know what we are doing. So take that pressure off yourself and also go with the flow. You don't have to have certain things at certain ages. right? That's like my second point. You don't have to put timelines on so many things. Of course, sometimes timelines challenge you to do more for yourself, so think that timelines are good. But that aside, putting timelines on stuff to the point where it gets toxic and you are questioning your life or questioning your existence because you haven't done a certain thing before a certain age is not healthy. So maybe you should watch how you're putting timelines on things, because honestly speaking, we are all different people from different walks of life, and we have different journeys to go on. We have different assignments. I believe that we are all on earth for a certain purpose, so we definitely have different assignments or purposes to fulfill. So don't look at person A and say that because person A has a car, has a house, has kids, blah blah blah, and you're just a single person still living with your parents or whatever, like you're lagging behind. We have different journeys, so it shouldn't bother you that much. It shouldn't bother you at all. It's not about who is the first to get what. At the right time, you will get what you are supposed to get if you work hard for it, first of all, and if you believe in it. That's what I believe. You may have different beliefs, but for me, that is what I believe. I also think that delay does not necessarily mean denial, and there are so many things that may have delayed. It doesn't necessarily mean that you will never have access to any of those things. It just means that maybe it will take a little longer for you to get them. Don't be comparing yourself to people who have different purposes, different agendas, are from different homes. Even if you're from like the same home or the same societal level, if I can call it that, you all have different paths in life, so enjoy yours and keep your eye in your lane. Don't be looking here and there and comparing yourself to the detriment of yourself. Okay, the third tip that I have for you is to save and invest for rainy day. In order to enjoy being an adult, in order to not feel like life is just giving you job after job after job, make sure that you're saving and you're investing for rainy days. Even if you have a job, looking at the way the economy is and the kind of lifestyle you probably have, you realize that just the money coming from your job or whatever you're doing is not enough. So at a certain point, you probably need multiple sources of income, also to kind of like cushion you for any misfortune that may befall you, God forbid, but it's a possibility, right? Like, COVID happened. Nobody knew that Corona was going to be a thing. I had so many plans for 2020 and COVID-19 happened, and you just have to replan everything and make the most of whatever the year had to offer. So yeah, if you're interested in figuring out your personal finance, if you're interested in starting a new side hustle, having a different source of income, just to make your adulthood a little bit more enjoyable, I'm going to link the playlist up here so you can, check it out and learn a thing or two about personal finance, about investing, about saving your money and all of that. But it is very, very, very necessary that in order, or if you want to enjoy adulthood and not just have life throw things at you and be always constantly unprepared, you want to make sure that you're saving and you're investing towards rainy days. Let's hear who has ears. Another tip that I think is very important and is worth mentioning is be nice. Be nice to the next person, whether on a bus, in the streets, in the office, at church. Be nice to everybody. Well, unless they've given you a reason not to be nice to them, be nice to them. I've seen so many quotes and heard so many people say, you can't sit with us, or I can't associate myself with a certain group of people, or they would not be nice to the security guy or the cleaner, but they'll be nice to the managing director of the company. The world is round like this. So for the most part, what goes around comes right back around like a hula hoop. Who said that? What goes around comes around like a hula hoop. How about you meet on your way up? You will meet them on your way down. So it pays to be nice, right? It doesn't take away from you. Don't be saying things like, you can't sit with us. The fact that you have maybe this amount of money in your bank account doesn't make you better than the next person, right? The fact that you have a job as the head of marketing in a renowned institution doesn't mean that someone who has a job as, say, a cleaner in that same institution is not as human as you are. So many things can happen. Like, I'm not wishing the worst for anybody at all, but I'm saying that a lot of things happen in this life that someone that you thought could do nothing for you will be the person that is having your back in the future. I think that something that will make your adulthood a little bit of a breeze is just being nice. and seeing every other person, no matter what level they are in life, as equally human, and giving them the amount of kindness that you would give someone that you think can give you something. My next step will be to have a good time. Enjoy the moment and don't get too caught up trying to, think about the next big thing, or trying to think about where is my foundation? Okay, don't get caught up trying to think about, what's going to happen tomorrow, or what is next year going to look like, stuff like that. Take time out and just enjoy the present moment. And this is also an advice to myself, because sometimes we just get caught up worrying too much about what will happen next. What will happen if I don't do this? Am I prepared for this stage of my life? Blah, blah, blah. And I think if you don't take care, you're going to be doing that. And before you realize, you're 30, and then you're 40, and then you're 50. And you've just spent all those years chasing one dream after the other, and you haven't taken time out to enjoy what you have or whatever stage you are in life. And I am in no way saying that you shouldn't prepare for the future. Of course not. I'm saying that also take time out to just take in the fresh air and just, enjoy the stage you are in. I was watching a video recently and the guy was talking about how is it dopamine? Let me confirm. Dopamine or dopamine?
Dopamine.
Anyways, I was watching a video recently and the guy was talking about the fact that so many years ago, so basically he was saying that dopamine is like a chemical messenger that basically just makes you feel a lot of pleasure in your brain. And he was saying that in the past, so many years ago, people got that dopamine rush every single time they created something, right? So maybe you knit a sock, dopamine rush, because it gives you the pleasure that you've been able to complete something and you're excited. You build a house, you bake a cake, you create the very first airplane in the world, and that gives you a sense of fulfillment. And dopamine sends those whatever is sent into your brain. But now, thanks to things like social media, junk food, we get that pleasure in our brain from doing the barest minimum. Basically, he was saying that we get dopamine from these small things, and so we don't realize that we're just going through life. For the most part, we are just moving from this app to this app, and all these things that are giving us tiny bits of pleasures here and there are preventing us from just living and enjoying the moment. So that's what I have to say. I think that as adults, we shouldn't get too caught up trying to find the next big thing, and make sure that even in trying to achieve all the things we want to achieve, we are also taking time out to just enjoy whatever stage we are in right now. Another tip that I think will help you, because it's helped me, is unfollowing every single account, whether they're good, they're good people or like they're beautiful people, and following accounts that make you feel a certain way about yourself. You want to follow accounts that fuel you, accounts that make you want to become the best version of yourself, right? It doesn't matter if they're your friend or not. It doesn't matter if they'll notice that you've unfollowed them or not. Just do it for yourself. Do it to preserve your mental health. You can always go back and follow those accounts. The follow button doesn't disappear. Talking about unfollowing people, my next tip is to follow accounts like this channel. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But subscribe or follow people that teach you or encourage you to be better. Watch videos that make you want to be a better person. Videos that share tips with you on how to just generally become better, because your personal growth is important. I feel like if you're not prioritizing your personal growth as an adult or as a young adult, it is something that you're just pretty much going to be going through life like no direction whatsoever. Or even if you have some sort of direction, you would not be as refined as you would be if you try to personally build yourself and just develop yourself as an individual. And practice whatever you're learning, right? Don't just sit down, watch a YouTube video, close your phone or close the app and then go back to your old ways. No. So yeah, that is it for this chit chat episode. This is what the face was able to do. Hope you like it, but more importantly, I hope you enjoyed this conversation. Let me know in the comment section if you enjoyed it. If there are any tips that help you go through adulthood a little bit better, please share them in the comments. We are all trying to learn a thing or two. So please share them in the comments. And if you've watched the video up until this point, chances are you enjoyed it. So give it a thumbs up and help YouTube recommend it to other people that may be interested in this topic. If you learned something from the video and you want a friend or a family member to learn it too, feel free to share. The share button is right there, the one that's like an arrow. Yeah, that one. Feel free to share it with someone who may find the video helpful, or even your social media, and that will go a long way to help. I didn't know if I would have hit 2,000 subscribers by the time you watch this video, but if I haven't hit it, that is like my next milestone that I'm aspiring to reach. So if you haven't subscribed and you think you like this video and you would enjoy other videos from me, feel free to subscribe and help me reach my 2,000 milestone. If I've hit the milestone when you're watching this, it's fine. You can still subscribe if you enjoyed the video and you want more videos from me. I have other videos in this chit chat with Antwiwaa series, so you want to check them out. I'll put them right here, you can check them out, and I'll also leave them in the description box. But thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you over in one of these videos.